Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. My name is WW Deadman, but you already know that we are 3 hours and 37 minutes away from the Duna window, so we're going to have a real quick look at the missions. 6 tourists, no thank you. Surface outpost on Ike, yeah, not happening right now. Tourists, temperature service of the moon. A surface outpost on Duna, yeah, not happening. I'm not doing outposts in the series because I'd eventually have to get them back. Heat shield landed at Kerbal, makes no sense. Position relay 4 in an adjusted orbit, not gonna happen because it doesn't have any way to actually move. Plant flag on Minmus, not happening anymore. We already did that. Ferry 2 tourists safely. Build a new surface outpost on Minmus. Yeah, not happening. Okay, good. So the only thing we have is explore Duna. So let's go for the Duna flyby with our Duna flyby. So I time warped a bit. Apparently that made the relays misalign. What the fuck? The one that's set up the worst around Minmus is the one that's still the least shitty. Because these are literally all on one side. So are these. It makes no sense. Just saying. If I ever have no connection home, I am officially making orbital mechanics being stupid in this game the culprit for that, because that over a few days is not going to happen on such similar orbits. That was high time warp fucking with physics. Either way, Duna flyby. I'm eventually going to just save file edit the frickin' things back into place, because screw having that happen. I'm just going to actually put them on the exact same orbit. Just quarter apart. So they can't drift off. Because that's exactly what I did, honestly. Set Duna as a target. Add that. Do that like 2 or 3 orbits later. That should be fine. And then just burn straight out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. Set Tuna as a target. I don't understand how clicking through this makes stuff reset, but clicking out here doesn't. As much as I can click and not anything resets. As soon as I click through this button, the target resets. See? I can double click otherwise as much as I fucking want. As soon as I click out here, it makes a difference for some reason. So that's like a rather high energy transfer. Oh, actually, that's not that bad. It's just a few extra delta V's. I should hit it any moment now. Honestly, approach. Oh, really? That's an encounter. And that's really all that we need. That gets us back to Kerbin's like orbit, and here we just break until yeah, that's really all we need. We'll come back in just about a year and 216 days. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We just burn so we eventually encounter stuff when we're here. This shouldn't be a problem. We have 3,163 Delta V. We need 1,184 for this burn. This is fine. We are looking in the correct direction already, so time warp till that is a thing. Maybe a little bit over here. And tell me again how burning exactly at the target you want to burn to isn't exactly what you need to do to get anywhere. The system is set up for that to work. Anyway, so we are 30 seconds away from the burn. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I didn't take a whole lot of science with me, did I? That's like one mystery goo. It's really all. Apart from the smaller stuff. Like thermometer and the barometer. That's it. I love the engine, by the way. How that gets hot. And that is our flyby. And that will give us a nice orbit coming back down here. And then we will just set Kerbin as a target as we pass here and then burn so we get either here or here as an encounter. From there we can basically just aero brake since we have a heat shield. Okay, well, so let's time warp out. This is the only thing we are doing until we're back, so we can just basically cut to where we encounter Duna. Yeah, we know. Literally already happened. So we don't have any communication home since the vessel does not have any bigger communication devices. But that is completely irrelevant since Val's on board, so she knows how to do stuff. That's all we really need. Also, we are officially entering interstellar space. We are now officially in interstellar space. So, since this is the first time out here, crew report, keep, goo, keep, barometer, as if we were in vacuum. You have, like, measuring temperatures in space appears to be quite impossible. Quite. You go out. You also do an EVA report. Oh yeah, I know where we're going. Don't worry about it. You cannot reach any of this from over there, can you? Yeah. So Space to let go. RCS on. We're gonna do a little EVA. Okay. Take data, collect data, restore, and take data. As well as take data, and you can store this data once you get back in. Why are you over here? I don't need you up at all. Actually. Just go down here or something, I don't know. Down? Back up. And board. Okay. That's better. And our encounter with Duna is in 389 days. So let's time warp to that. You know, it's nice doing this way for once and not going for multiple stuffs. Yeah. Multiple different things at the same time. So not just send off a couple of missions and then not knowing anymore what you were doing on the mission once you actually arrive. This is a whole lot less. We've entered orbit around the sun, have performed the spacewalk around the sun, and initiated the first flyby of the sun. You know, you'd think flying by the sun is kind of like implied by just orbiting it on your planet. Constantly flying around it. Okay. Duna encounter incoming. Our two Kerbonauts have been on this mission, on this ship, for 1 year, 119 days. Pretty much exactly. Few minutes, plus minus. And are now finally seeing Duna from far away in just a bit. Like, obviously, it doesn't really make a difference in the game, but still, just for roleplay reasons, I am going to go ahead and go to the most close encounter here for doing any of the experiments. Then do a crew report. And then go an EVA. Do an EVA report. RCS on. We're just gonna stand here for a moment and take some stuff. Collect data, restore, take data, and take data, and then we're going to go back in. B for board. Unless it's B to blow, but I don't know. Also, planet's literally over there. So that's as close as we're getting. That over there is Eve. That there should be Kerbin. I saw the jewels somewhere out there. There. Distant object enhancement is a really cool mod. That's, by the way, Ike there, glistening. I love how that works. Okay, so we are going all the way back down to Kerbin's orbit. As soon as we are out of Duna's orbit. Contract parameter done. Also World First Milestone done. Close. Get out of the sphere of influence. And down all the way here at Periapsis, we are going to go for Kerbin as a target, and we're going to slow down until we get an encounter. Or we run out of Delta V. Or we just do that over here. And hope that that actually works. Or we just burn out more? Because it's actually more likely to make us encounter the frickin' planet. You're kidding, right? That's an encounter. With just 166 difference on our second orbit around the sun. And we're actually coming back like 2 years into the mission. Frickin' focus view on Kerbin for a moment. If we're gonna do this, I might as well... Oops. Do this in a way that we come right back into the atmosphere. Not like that necessarily. Like, dude. That's a perfect encounter for all I care, so... we could just slow down around Kerbin and have no problem whatsoever. So yeah. You know, just so Val gets a little bit of experience, by the way. EVA. EVA report. And board. Just in case. That gives any experience. Okay. I guess let's go to our maneuver. This is gonna take a while. Okay. That's a very small burn. At this scale, it doesn't matter if we burn like 5 minutes earlier or later. I wanna focus you on Kerbin. Okay. And now we just go for basically a periapsis that's inside the atmosphere. That's inside the atmosphere. I'm fine with that. That's also 300 meters off the moon surface. That's good. That will at least get us captured. We can just like burn a little bit around here somewhere to get the rest done. We can also just brake while going into towards the atmosphere. So we burn off like 1,700 before actually going in. Yeah, that's fine. So, time warp. One more turn around the sun. And we are officially entering back into Kerbin's sphere of influence in a few seconds. There's the alarm for it. And there we are. Okay, we are going down towards the moon. We are on collision course. No, we aren't. Good. That would have been stupid. We managed to actually collide with one of our satellites. So this encounter with the moon should slow us down a little bit anyway, so that's nice. Also, having been in more than one sphere of influence other than Kerbin definitely gives a nice experience boost to the two Kerbinauts. Also, yeah, I am definitely going to fix the satellites being not where they should be. I set that up to be as congruent as possible, and they somehow drifted apart anyway. Really, like, they drifted apart so far that it isn't even funny anymore. Like, they did, I mean, these drifted together, but still. You get what I mean. There should be one over here, one here, one here, and one here. What is one here, one here, one here, and where is the fourth one even? Oh, there's two here. These are literally like next to each other. Makes no sense. Okay. Slow down. Okay, we are officially going down. So let's hold retrograde for a moment. That's the boomerang side. Cool. Didn't think that we'd find that. I'm also going to get in those solar panels. And while we're up here, still get like science if we can. See? Always take some science. Always take the science with you. Okay. And then we're just going to slow down until our periapsis is somewhere around the 50 mark. Or somewhere. Where if we use trajectories prograde, we know that we're gonna land. Prograde. Didn't quite go all the way down to where I wanted to be with my periapsis. But we are captured around Kerbal, so we are going down no matter what. So there's that. You're kind of supposed to get hot, so stop trying to tell me you're overheating. Oh. I think I can just go back to retrograde, because we are way too high to be affected, really. And Z. And the next time we are coming in, again prograde, then we are going to land. Unless we run out of fuel first. That's a weird landing place. Actually, I'd like to be a little bit further that way with the landing. So, burn a little bit up. If that is kind of where we land. Ugh. If I steer, you should probably go off the assumption that I am not trying to hold a position anymore. But hey. Ah! Okay, we are landing right there in between the mountains. That is not close to anything, but hey. Doesn't have to be. Okay, I don't trust physical time warp still, so... What do you mean you're overheating? You are an ablator heat shield. Why do you have that symbol on you? Also, as soon as this is safe, I'm going to have these deploy. I'm also gonna F5. Because I didn't throughout this entire mission. I'm very optimistic that nothing stupid happens. Suddenly I'm landing in the water. Why? Why is trajectories never right? Like, I did not do anything different than what I told it I'd do. And it still tells me, hey, yeah, no, I actually miscalculated that. You're gonna come down like a kilometer south of where you thought you were. Just going to burn that back up, because screw you. I want to land on land, so I am going to land on land. Like, I have a feeling that that might be from the time warping. Because that's the only thing that has any reason to fuck with anything. I mean, I'm going to F5 right now. Yeah, it does. That moved. Alright. It's still moving. I'm going to go all the way over here. And then I hope that I'll actually go down where I should go down. Which is somewhere around here. I don't expect it to actually do that, but hey. Hey! Normal camera. I'm surprised that it switches. Like, I don't have landing legs on this thing for nothing. I want to land on those legs. This isn't made for water landing. This is like a pseudo space, like starship. Very pseudo, but you get it. It's fully reusable and lands on land. Maybe if I go surface prograde, does that make a difference? I mean, we're still going to like go until here and then fall down, since we have parachutes, which make this a whole less accurate anyway, but still. You're not supposed to move much. You do, though. Anyway. So we're definitely making it to land. That's all we really wanted. Hey, if we land somewhere where we... grasslands, we've been there. I still don't like the word impact biome for that. We're not impacting, we're landing. Thank you. We're probably landing between these lakes. Dude. And as soon as this is fine with the speed, we can actually go to retrograde. As said, we're landing at the lake. Not in the lake. Like, come on, turn around. Next to the lake is fine. In the lake isn't. If this counts as grasslands and we're splashed down, is that gonna be like a very, very nice way of cheating the frickin' system? Excuse me. Can you turn around? Seriously? Thank you. Yeah. So we are... Impact biome still says grasslands. This water is apparently grasslands. Which means we're going to be splashed down in the grasslands. This makes no sense. Because we're definitely landing in water. Going to assume the frickin' by the way, we're going to need this over here just for stability actually in here for stability reasons. Okay, nothing broke. That's good. We are officially splashed down. So, crew report. Wait. We still have the old crew report in there, don't we? We definitely don't have temperature that we need, so... From Kerbin's Glasslands, okay, keep that. Seismic pressure. Okay. We are going to EVA you for a moment. Take an EVA report and the surface sample. Take out the data and store it back. Then you're also going to let go and EVA report surface. Well, we already did that basically. What I want to do though, somehow it doesn't realize that it's splashed down. Collect, restore. While you're here, just do the experiment. Observe. Okay. You can also like collect, restore, observe, keep. I am swimming in the grasslands, so I don't know. F B for board, B to blow. Board anyway. Just recover the vessel. So that's 363 science, nice. All of our parts are back and our crew is back. Advanced to level 3, both of them. Nice. Good. That would be that. So that also fulfills our contract. And that means our next thing. Dock 2 vessels on or around Minmus. I'm going to leave that to expire. Surface outpost on Eve, no. Science data from space around Duna, which is going to happen since we are going to Duna and landing there next. Obviously. Bring and this newly discovered Class D asteroid, no. Satellite in synchronous orbit of Duna. I said I'll do that anyway, but I want to choose the orbit. Plant a flag on Duna. That's going to happen. Definitely. Stack separator splash down at Kerbin. No. The Valiant splash down at Kerbin. No. Science data from surface of the moon. No. Plant a flag on the moon. No. Okay. So we just have a few things to do around Duna, which is basically land there, plant a flag, get some data from space, and surface is just gonna happen by itself. So yeah. That's the next thing to do. We are building a lander for Duna, which also means we are building a relay for Duna. So the relay deployer is going to get a third iteration. And it's going to carry not only 3 satellites for Duna, but also 4 for Ike. So Ike itself is one of the satellites. I literally need these satellites to be exactly on Ike's orbit, just a quarter apart. And I'm definitely going to adjust the orbits with the cheating tool, because it's literally impossible to have the game actually give you those orbits if you're trying to make them with just burning. So yeah, no matter what, there's going to be a collision with one of the, like, there's going to be an interaction between Ike and one of the satellites at some point, and that's just going to put that out of Duna's orbit, and I really don't want to deal with that. Also, since we have a bunch of science, that means we can get the... Where's the big relay? That's the big relay. That needs another thing here, so we get this and can't get this then, yeah. Something we actually need for the frickin' ship, maybe. Like better frickin' engines or landing legs. Do we have better landing legs? Landing gear. Oh yeah, those are good. Also, parachutes are always good. Yeah, better landing gear is definitely something I want. In fact, I might want those as well. Ladders, not really, since, I mean, on Duna you can still fly. We're also gonna land on Ike with the same vessel, probably. Or we're just gonna send another mission for Ike when the contract actually calls for Ike. Bigger fuel tanks, more engines that aren't necessarily... there's a Sepatron though, that's really useful. And that's all we can afford. So yeah, definitely going back to Duna, taking a whole lot more science, like every little thing of science that we actually have, and doing a relay, because I don't want to not have a way to communicate home on such a mission. Not because I need to be able to communicate home, but I kinda don't like the idea of sending a craft somewhere where I can't reach it via radio contact. Like in a realism kind of sense. I mean, cutouts during like the frickin' thing is on the other side of the sun. Okay, I'm fine with that. Unless I have a relay system around the sun, that's gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen anyway. I'm gonna make a relay system around the sun. since, you know, just have 4 deployers that launch quarter apart and then get their orbits aligned. That should be fine, right? It should give us satellites that are quarter apart and then can relay around the sun. But that's a thing I'll do once I actually have the bigger relay antennas. Gonna do that like just outside Kerbin's orbit, because that's probably the one where I need the most relays, since, I mean, all the way out to Elu and stuff. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Also, we're going to really quickly do one new day here. Honestly, that's about a day, right? Explore Minmus. No, it's not. How long? 1 hour 23 minutes. Should be fine. Explore Minmus. How long? Now it's definitely over. Explore the moon. Rendezvous vessels. I hate you. I mean, the next frickin' Duna window is probably not coming up for a while. I'm still going to add that to the thing. Transfer from here to Duna. Basically the same thing. That's a year away, so that should have been 5 days. Dude, stop it! I don't want to do those! I am not going to rendezvous 2 vessels around Minmus or around fucking Moon and dock them. It makes no sense to do that. Can I just, like, get these out of the system? Because if you're just going to give me those every time... then I'm going to be a little bit pissed. 1 hour 53. Explore Duna. There we go. Orbit Duna. Nice. I'm still going to already land, but... I mean, actually... yeah, I'm going to land, because the... wait, no, I'm going to send the relay first, so I'm going to get the thing done first. Also, science data first, no. Engine splashdown, ferry 3 tourists. Suborbital trajectory over Duna, no. I'm not going to decouple anything in suborbital trajectory over Duna, because I'm not going to get that back to Kerbin, ever. Haul the decoupler into suborbital trajectory of Duna. What? Science data from the surface of Duna, that's going to happen. Yeah. But these have like 24-year contracts, so that's fine. I'm going to send the relay system over, which is just going to be a slight extension of the current relay system. And I'm going to deploy those relays, and then we're going to think about getting the lander over there once we returned the deployer, or whatever, when the next frickin' thing. Actually, we can just send them at the same time, can't we? The deployer and the lander. We just need to frickin' build them, and that's going to be in the next episode. So until then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWDadmin. Bye.